All right. Hello, everybody. Tonight, I've got the Carnivore Trucker with us. Sean, how are you doing?
Good. You're breaking up real bad for me. Hold on, it
Am
might
I?
be my internet.
Okay. Let's see if we can figure this out real quick. I'll tell you what, let me drop out real quick and then I'll get right back on and we'll see if it was me or not. Okay.
Oh, yep, it was me. You're clear now.
Oh, oh, okay. Good. 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 All right. All right. So, Sean, how have things been going for you? It's been a while since we last talked.
Yeah, it's been a while. Been doing all right. Just working, being busy as usual.
Yeah. Yeah. So, are you on the road right now?
Yeah, I'm over in Dallas area right now.
Okay. So the weather's probably good there at least. So you're not like in the Midwest
Yeah,
where there's snow and stuff, right?
yeah. It's still kind of chilly, but it's not like Midwest chilly.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like 50, 60 degrees right now. I think.
Okay. That's not bad at all then. Yeah.
Yeah,
All
it's pretty
right.
comfortable.
So Sean, why don't you tell everybody a little bit about yourself and the journey that you've been doing with going into carnivore?
Well, my name's Sean. um, let's see. I started Carnivore 2022. I have to think about that because New Year,
Yeah.
2022 New Year's, and then that was that was a rough day because it was I had quit smoking too, and just like jumped straight into carnivore. So a week into it, I was ready to kill someone, but yeah, it was fun. And then let's see, I think I weighed around 250, 260, somewhere in there. And then I didn't start doing YouTube until like 3 months into it. Chase, come here. Sorry, my dog's sniffing, being distracting. Um, yeah, so I started doing YouTube more of as like a accountability type thing, mostly for my exercise. But yeah, and then it just kind of took off from there. And um, let's see, around November, started hitting some snags, and then uh, like I'm still trying to recover, trying to get back on carnivore. To be honest, right now. Um,
Mm,
so yeah, that's about where I'm at right now. I think I've gained back like at least 20, 30 pounds.
yeah.
Yeah.
All right. So let me ask you when you first started doing carnivore, how was it that you found carnivore? How'd you find the carnivore diet, and what was your reasoning for going to the carnivore diet?
Um. Well, back in like 2019, I was doing like keto, and I think I heard from like Thomas DeLauer and some of the other keto guys about carnivore, and I was like, it's crazy. um, and then I think I started getting into Dr. Barry's channel on carnivore, or I'm sorry, keto, and then he started going carnivore, and he kind of introduced me to it. And so I think even back in 2019, I started eating more steaks, but I wasn't like fully ready to do carnivore. But
Mm,
and then just what was it, New Year's 2022 or whatever. Um, yeah, I was just kind of hit that point where it's like I got to do something, so I tried it.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
So there's a couple of people starting to post in the chat, so I'm gonna bring that up. The champion within, John, says hello, hello.
Hello.
And Becky Ketovore says good evening. So hello, Becky.
Hey, Becky.
All right. So all right, so let's talk a little bit, because you mentioned that you gained a little bit of weight back and you've been struggling here since like November. And this
Yeah.
is like a common thing, I think, that happens for people, right? There's people that have been doing the diet for a long time and they're probably pretty good, but a lot of people that are newer, like the first year or two that they're doing the diet, holiday time period, you get to Thanksgiving,
Yeah.
Christmas time, it becomes really tough. My
Yeah.
first year, it was really tough for me, and I gained weight back again. So what would you say is probably the toughest thing about the holidays and trying to stay on track with your diet? Is it like the different temptations, or is there something else? What seems to be the hardest part there for you?
Well, for me, it was like it wasn't even the holiday. It was a kind of a making excuses type thing, because I was having a hard time staying awake, and I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna get a Monster, get some sugar, because I was driving. Like I
Yeah.
wanted something that would help me wake up, and just kind of fell into that trap, and it just kind of like snowballed. Um, but yeah, I don't really have I don't really have some good advice for holiday stuff,
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
because like I was already like falling down before the holiday. It's really, so it was
Well,
like by that time I was like, you know what? Yeah, I'll have this.
well, you mentioned sleep, and that's pretty important. And I think that when we're not getting as much sleep, that um, kind of makes it harder on us. Because I know for me, at least, like I will find myself hungry at different times of the day that I normally am not if I don't get enough sleep. So I think that plays a pretty big role in it too.
Yeah.
So Becky said that she gained 10 pounds in just a few days around Christmas. She's been able to lose 8 pounds since, which is good, with getting back into things with doing beef, butter, bacon, and eggs. And yeah, that's the thing. The best advice I can give for you and anybody watching is that we're human. We're gonna make mistakes. We're gonna slip, right? We're gonna have something that happens. There could be different life events or whatever that are gonna make us um, just have a relapse, right, in our diet. And the thing is that that's okay. We recognize what happened, and when we work to move forward, from this point on, right? So that's the best advice I can give, is just, do your best to work to move back to where you were. You know how you felt when you were doing it really more strictly, and you were feeling good, and um, just do your best to get back on it.
Yeah.
John says he makes terrible decisions when he's overly tired too. So yeah, I think that has a lot to do with it too. And that's an interesting thing that I want to bring up with you, the tired thing, because when you're a truck driver, sometimes your sleep pattern gets
Oh
changed
yeah.
just because of how you're driving, right? So you want to talk a little bit about that, and like how that complexity is with being a truck driver.
Oh yeah. It's like man, you never know. Like you might have I don't know, 8 o'clock appointment. You might have like an 8 o'clock appointment, and you're like 200 miles away, so you have to get up at like 4 a.m. to make it. And other times you might like have like a 12 o'clock appointment at noon, and you're only like 5 minutes away, so you can sleep in. It's something crazy. So it's yeah, it's really hard to have like a consistent sleep schedule while you're trucking. So I rely heavily on coffee. I can just say that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and then once you're on carnivore for like a while, you kind of get cocky, and like you just kind of forget, like think like, oh, I'll be all right, have that donut, and then it just kind of
Mm.
like snowballs. So I kind of fell
Yeah.
into that, but you know,
Yeah. Yep. So I see Greg from My Weight Loss Life is here. So hello, Greg.
uh,
So let's see. Becky says, we make a choice, we have consequences. We accept them and deal with them, or we will just spin our wheels. Agree, fatigue has a huge bearing on how well we can keep our resolve. Yep.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So, all right. So let's talk. So you talked a little bit about, Dr. Berry and getting started on the carnivore diet and that. Were there specific like health type of reasons that you needed to go on to carnivore, or that you tried carnivore, I should say? And if so, did you see any results for those issues, or was it more just strictly like, I was doing keto and it just seemed like carnivore was the right thing to go to?
A little bit of both. I had non-alcoholic fatty liver, and so I was all bloated all the time, and I just got tired of the bloat, and then like the inflammation. Um, inflammation. I have a compressed disc on my back, so like my back was always hurting, starting to come back. But that's another reason to
Hop back on
get
it.
back. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. So Johnny says that he's a truck driver himself, and he struggles with the fluctuations in his daily schedule. So it's an interesting story, right? He was a truck driver, I believe, before, and then he went on carnivore, and like me, he had AFib before carnivore. So he's improved his AFib through carnivore. Um, he's had a great story with just getting losing weight and so forth. And then he's gone back into the trucking business again. He, recently got a new truck and he's been doing trucking too. So um, pretty interesting here. I'm talking to you about the whole trucking thing, and then there's Johnny that's doing the trucking. There's a few different guys out there that are on carnivore that have trucks, and like you said, the schedule is crazy. Um, so why don't you kind of put us through like what it's like in terms of eating the carnivore diet when you're on the road?
Um, which by the way, what was his name? Jonathan, Champion Within.
Johnny, yeah, Champion Within.
Johnny. Yeah, hit me up on Instagram if you have it. Uh, but anyway, yeah, carnivore on the road. See, I've made like videos on like various like spots where you can park your truck and get some good groceries and stuff like that. Like like there's one in Bennett, Colorado that has like a really good grocery store like right across from my Love's truck stop. You can just walk over there. Uh, yeah, Champion Within. Uh, I'm friends with Randy. We've done a couple of streams together.
Yeah, I didn't know that Randy was a trucker as well. I've done some live streams with him too, and I never knew that. That's interesting.
Yeah, yeah.
Hmm.
But anyway, I used to have a like a mini freezer on the top bunk up here, but it's taking a crap on me. It's quit working. So I'm back to like just using the mini fridge that comes with the truck. So I usually have food for about a week on there, and I can manage to fit about 9 pounds of ground beef in that little. It's got a little freezer that's like just like little tray basically, but it's got enough for a minute to fit something in there, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but yeah, and then I've got a little induction burner with cast iron in here, and then I've got like one of those Oster electric skillets. So yeah, I make it work.
Yeah. And your dog does carnivore too, right?
No,
Okay.
he Chase. He he's always had like bad reactions and like the
Okay.
runs, So
Oh yeah, that'd be kind of tough with
yeah,
trucking.
yeah, he's made he's made some messes in the truck before, and I do my best to avoid that, so I don't want to just upset his stomach. But he does get like he does get lots of like little bites of steak and bacon and all that. It's just I don't overdo it. It's, don't want to upset his stomach.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other day, I gave him like way too much extra like meat, and like uh, the next day I like was getting my paperwork for one of my loads, and I came and sat down, and all of a sudden my butt was wet, and I looked down, and I was sitting in his puke.
Oh no.
Yeah, it was bad. I was like, you little asshole. So
That's
it's stuff
funny.
like that I try to avoid.
Yeah, I can imagine. So the champion within says that he cooks steak, eggs, and bacon and burger patties on his truck. Yeah, I think he probably has a similar setup to you that he does. So that's pretty cool. And
Yeah.
for somebody like me that isn't used to how things go with trucking on the road because I've never had that job, um, uh, that's interesting to hear because I've never thought about that. But yeah, I guess it would be possible to have like your own setup there that you can cook your own food instead of having to constantly just eat outright food, whatever that you get at like the wherever the the truck stop or wherever else that you're stopping, right? Gas station, wherever.
Hmm.
Yeah. All right. So I know that you like to play video games. So let's tell the audience a little bit about that. I think if I remember correctly, like you like to do a lot of like the action, like shooter games and that kind of stuff, right? So what
Yeah.
games do you usually play?
Usually I'm I'm so mad because like last time I was home, the day before I left, my Xbox broke. So this run, I haven't been able to play any video games at all in like a month, and it's like I miss playing for GTA with my friends. That's what we usually do is play Grand Theft Auto 5 and just mess around with each other there all day. It's that's a lot of fun. It's like a big sandbox game, and like you could hop on a Vespa and shoot at a jet, another player flying around in a jet in this big city. It's pretty fun.
Yeah,
But
cool.
yeah, and then there's like of course like all the old classic games like Skyrim and Elder Scrolls Online. I could get into like a whole bunch of video games right now.
All right. I'm gonna put in here real quick and put it on the screen your YouTube channel, right? It's at the Carnivore Trucker. I spelled that correctly, right? There's no E at the end of the carnivore. Is that right? Is that
No,
right?
there should be an E.
There should be an E. How did I do that? Okay, hold on. Let me fix
You're
that.
making me wonder if I messed up mine. No, there's an E. Yeah.
There is an E. Okay. I don't know what I did there. So disregard that. Go with the E. At the Carnivore Trucker. So we'll put that on the screen here. Everybody watching, if anybody has any questions for Sean or even for me, but any questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat. Put a Q in the front so that we can see the question and answer it. And in the meantime, go to his channel at the Carnivore Trucker and check him out and consider subscribing to him and so forth. I know I haven't talked to you really in probably a couple of months, but you were doing some live streams. Are you still trying to keep up with live streams when you can, when you're not on the road?
Not really. I've decided to really kind of tone it down on YouTube. I was doing live streams like every day, or not every day, every Sunday.
Yep.
Hold on, I'm sorry, I got stuff rattling in here. But no, I've really kind of got burnt out on YouTube, streaming every day, and I had quit quit for, I don't know, probably a month or so, two, and then Matt, Bold Carnivore, and Mike Shaw TV, they kind of dragged me out last week and was like, "Come on, we need to do a stream. I was like, "Fine, all right." And like I said, I kind of totally forgot that we even had this scheduled. But I was just like, you know what? Why not? So, I mean, I'll still probably I still probably will do the occasional live stream, but it's like, really just kind of focusing on working, making money, and then I'm also taking some time to be like creative. I have a book that I'm writing, trying to write at least. Trying to draw some more, trying to read more. So just kind of like taking more time for myself. I think I got wrapped up too much in trying to be a YouTuber, that sort of thing. So it's been nice. I've been enjoying myself. So
yeah, it's always good to take a break every once in a while and kind of recharge your batteries and all that kind of stuff. So do you mind telling us a little bit about the book that you're looking at doing?
a little bit, yeah. I'm making like a fantasy book, like very inspired by Tolkien, Lord of the Rings, that sort of thing. Like there's like elves and goblins and stuff like that. And like I've got like, God, I'm starting from like the beginning. Like I've got like my whole mythos like in my head. I got like 3,000 or 4,000 years of history. Like I just need to write it down, So yeah, it's gonna, like, I need to at least make 3 novels. And so yeah, there's that, and I'm also want to kind of want to do like a novel and like a graphic novel at the same time, like the same story. I think that would be fun.
Yeah.
So that, yeah. But
that's pretty cool.
Yeah. I would go more in depth about the story, but it's like, it's a lot.
Okay, no problem. So, let's see. So you mentioned that you kind of fell off the bandwagon a little bit in the November timeframe there, and you're kind of struggling to get back on it. What, like right now, what is like a typical day of eating, and how much of a struggle is it right now compared to what it was like, back in the November, December timeframe?
Well, last week I did kind of good. I only made like 2 or 3 days out of that week that it's I wasn't carnivore. But yeah, it's been pretty bad lately.
Yeah.
you know. Uh, but like trying to remember what I had what I had to eat for last week. Um, but no, it's like gas station pizzas and all that crap.
Mm.
Um, Popeyes, yeah, that's right. I had Popeyes the other day. But but yeah, and then it's just kind of I don't know. It's bad.
Yeah.
But it's kind of like every time I try, it's like I'll have like breakfast, lunch, or I would have at least two carnivore meals, and then I'd be like, at the end of the day, I'm like, oh, I want something sweet type of thing.
Mm.
So it's just like, yeah, but
Mm.
it's a lot easier to if I can meal prep, so that way like I have the food. So like my ground beef patties. That's actually what I'm gonna do after we're done with the stream. I got a 3 pound log of ground beef. Just weigh out a pound each. So like a pound ground beef patty, and just cook that up so that way I have breakfast, lunch, and dinner. 3 pounds, and then just I won't. I'll still be tempted to like stop at whatever and get I don't know whatever something else to eat, but I'll feel I'll be less inclined to because I have the food just right there.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
so yeah, it's just and then getting back in that habit of making sure that I always have that food on hand, or just ready to go. And
Mm.
yeah, it's just all about discipline and getting back in the habits. Which I'm an impulsive person, so it's hard.
Oh yeah, I totally understand. I think though, thinking to do a meal planning prepping is a good idea because I think that that is a key for a lot of people. Like if they plan it ahead, prep it, it just makes it easier to stick with it than to slide off, right? So that's a
Yeah,
good idea that you got there to start doing that. I think that that'll definitely help. So
yeah,
hopefully that does help you.
yeah. And then I was just because I've been stuck here in Dallas since Friday, and so I hit up one of my old friends that I hadn't seen in quite a while, and just hung out with him all weekend, and you know we ordered pizzas and whatever. I did bring him a steak the other day, or when he first picked me up Friday, so we had steaks.
Yeah.
With like he brought some asparagus and sweet potato, which sweet potatoes were good. He cooked them pretty good. So it's just you know, it is what it is.
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you, when I eat something that I shouldn't, it always makes the craving to continue to eat something bad stronger. Um, so I think that, if you can kind of get over that and have a couple of days in a row where you eat really good, I think that's going to go a long ways for getting yourself back on track. So
Yeah,
because that definitely happens to me. Like I have the worst time with cravings. Like I've been a carnivore now for over 18 months, so it's over a year and a half, and I still, if I eat something bad, it starts the cravings like right away. It's weird. Like
yeah,
there's some people they're like, yeah, I don't have any cravings at all, but man, if I eat something bad, I get those cravings like crazy.
yeah,
Yeah,
and
good.
eating
Good. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
and eating all that other stuff just makes you hungrier.
Yeah, Greg's got a good point here. The other key is remembering your why. That's always good when you're feeling those cravings and stuff. Try and remember your why of why you're doing carnivore to begin with, right?
Yeah,
Yep. Yeah. Catch up on a few things here. Scott underscore Terry. I don't know if that's Scott and Terry. I guess I don't know. Same evening.
Hello.
Renee, no insanity says hello to
Hey, Renee.
everyone. I think it could appear to everybody that's out there. Again, if anybody has a question, go ahead and put it in the chat with the Q in front. Um,
Scott Terry's saying he boils his meat in the truck.
oh yeah, here we go. Yep, boils his meat in the trunk. Keep all that grease management to a minimum.
Yeah.
So the champion within Johnny is asking what your Instagram name is.
It's the same, the Carnivore Trucker. Same profile picture and all that. But it will say Daddy Butter.
Yep. All right. Yeah, Becky's talking about the Lions Vikings game. So Lions and the Vikings and NFL played 2 of the last 30 weeks here. And Greg, the my weight loss life, he's a big Vikings fan and I'm a big Lions fan. And the Lions won both times against the Vikings, won the division too. So I got a little bit about that.
Y'all do that was it keto hangout or no? What's it called?
We had
y'all talk about sports a lot.
The low carb football party that we were doing.
Yeah.
So that actually, the season for that ended at the end of December there, the December 28th or whatever was our last episode. We got a new show coming out actually this Thursday, so like 4 or 5 days from now. This Thursday at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be called the Low Carb Lounge. So Greg and I are going to be on that, as well as Aaron, Brewing Better Living. So it's going to be 3 co-hosts for that. So that's going to kind of replace our low carb football party. So yeah, okay. So we're not going to be so much sports related in this one. It's going to be more, just talk about different low carb topics and so forth. So we're just in general low carb. So it could be carnivore, it could be, keto, ketovore, whatever type of low carb, whatever. Right. So yeah, it should be a fun show.
That's cool.
Let's see. Scott says, used to have a double burner propane camp stove and would cook burgers on a skillet in the front passenger seat, but the grease splatter would coat the entire camp. Oh God, I could just imagine that, right?
Let's see. Hold on. Catch all the grease.
Yeah. Yeah. He says Kenworth doesn't have good cooking surfaces in the sleeper, so I had to cook up front.
Let's see.
Do you cook up front too? Or no?
No. I cook where my where my computer is at right now, actually. I have like a little folding spot, or what do you call it? Hold on, I'll just show you.
Right.
Oh shit!
Oh.
See, it's like a fold out.
Okay, yeah.
So, I do everything on that thing. I cook on it. I eat on it.
Yeah. And Johnny says, when it comes to grease, the struggle is real. Man, I'm telling you, being on a carnivore diet, oh my gosh, there's grease everywhere. Do you know how many shirts I've ruined because I've gotten some sort of butter or other, like bacon grease on it or something? Oh, it's crazy.
Hey, it's like the trucker life. Get a grease spot, and I'm not talking about like bacon grease.
Oh yeah. Renee, man down when you were doing the videos.
Yeah.
See, that was somebody else actually made a blooper instead of me. Usually it's me like knocking my microphone down or something. It was somebody else this time. So
I'm surprised my microphone stand hasn't fallen down.
So Johnny says his 2024 Cascadia, did I say that right?
Yeah, yeah,
Premium has a
Cascadia.
table and chairs built in. Wow, that's pretty awesome.
Oh, I'm in a Cascadia as well, but I think this is a 2019.
Hmm. I want to see. I want to see Johnny do a video sometime showing us those table and chairs. I don't think I've seen that yet. That's pretty nice.
That sounds like a super sleeper, which is like, have you ever seen the ones with like the really big cabs in the back?
Mm-hmm.
It's basically a camper in there.
Yeah.
They're really nice, and they're like, dude, for as much as those rigs cost, you can just buy a house. They're like 300 grand.
Wow.
Yeah, but they're nice inside.
Yeah. Oops. There we go. Oh, the living space of those Cascadias is superior to the cramped Kenworths. Yeah. All right, there we go. Johnny says he's going to do the video tomorrow, show us the table and chairs. That'll be awesome.
Okay.
Yes,
But,
Greg says Johnny needs to give us a tour.
yeah, and I've toured this truck a little bit. I made a video on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you've had videos of yourself cooking in there and everything. I've seen that. Yeah.
Oh, okay. He says his was almost 200K.
Yeah,
That sounds like
185.
it sounds like you had at least an extended sleeper.
Mm.
Becky's asking, yeah, I'm company, but it sounds like I'm sorry, I'm bad with names.
Johnny, champion with them.
Johnny, it sounds like he's I forget the
Yeah.
word.
I think he's
Independent, whatever.
independent. Yeah, owns his own truck, right?
Yeah. Owner op. That's what I was looking for.
Okay.
But yeah. Scott Terry, yeah. I don't know. I can't do boiled meats. Except for chicken. That's like the only boiled meat that I can do. So I just kind of cope with the with the grease. I have Lysol wipes. Oh, it's
He's
a regular sleeper. Okay.
a regular sleeper, and he's an owner operator. He says, yeah.
Okay. So yeah, 24. Oh, okay. So that was the brand new truck price. Okay, I see now.
Yeah. And yeah, so boiling your meat. So I haven't really done a whole lot of boiling either. Like I've done like hard boiled eggs, that kind of stuff, right? But like regular meats, I haven't boiled them either. That's something I guess I've never even thought about trying to do.
Oh well, there's also like corned beef soup. Put it in the slow cooker, that sort of thing. It's been a while since I slow cooked. I don't normally do that.
Yeah. Now, you would be able to do that though on your truck, right? Because you use an inverter or whatever for a crock pot.
Oh yeah, I've done it before. I just I don't do it often enough to justify like keeping the slow cooker in there because of the space. You know what I mean?
Yeah. So Scott says boiling is so quick and easy for cleanup. You just dump a bunch of grill mates flavoring in it to simmer. 10 minutes later, you've got a quick meal. Then you can hit the sleeper. Yeah.
Jay, yeah, I love corned beef, so
yeah,
I like to make corned beef and cabbage soup. Maybe throw some mushrooms in there. It's good.
Yeah. All right. Again, if you have any questions, just go ahead and put them in the chat. So let's see. I think you said you're in Dallas right now, Texas, somewhere in Texas. Where was Dallas? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
What is like a typical week like for you driving? Are you driving like in pretty much all over the country, or is there typically like certain areas that you go to? What's that like for you?
Um, I used this is actually I'm coming off of a lane, a route. Uh, all last year I was doing the Dallas, Denver, and Phoenix and back. Uh, that would take me a whole week to do, and that was my route. That was my lane. Um, but that was like, yeah, this they quit. My company cut it out because I guess they weren't making money from it.
Hmm.
So I'm just now like getting back to Dallas, and like that was I'm done with that route. So after tomorrow, I'm gonna start being, you know, nationwide again, which I'm not really looking forward to because I don't because of the winter. I don't want to be like in the Midwest, stuck in the snow. I'm not looking forward to that.
Right. Um, so Johnny asks, how long have you been trucking?
I've been trucking for 6 years. Yeah. Well, okay, 5 or 6 years, at least
Okay.
5. I think July or late this year will make 6. So something like that.
Okay. And Jay asks, how many days are you on the road, and then how many days are you at home?
Um, at least a month on the road and then a week at home. Um, some lately I've been doing like 2 months and 1 week, but I mean that's a decent amount of time. Um, and that's mostly motivated by money. You know, the longer you stay out, the more you make. You know,
Yeah.
so it's like, but you can run yourself ragged that way if you go too long. Or like halfway throughout the year, I did like 4 months out on the road, and then I took 2 weeks off for my vacation. But that was killer. I'm not doing that again.
Scott says that only real truckers stay out for the big bucks like you.
Right? And my shot's here.
Yep. Yeah. Here we go. Mike. Oh, he gave a weather prediction. Apparently, where is that? Here we go. It's weather. Probably won't come true. I don't know. What did he see? Oh, he's got snow though today. I have snow today. Schools are already closed. Wow. Yeah.
Mike's in Iowa, I think, right? Yeah,
Yeah, he's in Iowa.
yeah. That's not surprising. Iowa's cold always.
Yeah. We haven't really had much where I'm at. We had like the one day I think there was like a slight little bit of a dusting, but it didn't stick like on roads or anything like that. It was just like on the grass, right? And that's all we've had so far. So I don't know. I'm in Virginia, and I mean
Oh,
we could go 4 or 5 years with basically nothing but a dusting, and then all of a sudden we'll get hit with something huge, right? Like 3 feet or something. So we
yeah,
never know. We never know what we're gonna get.
yeah. And with my luck, I'd get stuck in it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's not fun when you get stuck in our area, right? Because like where I'm at, I mean, we can have like the ice storms and everything and all that. Yeah, you don't want to be driving through here unless you have to when there's an ice storm or the bad snow. Like we get the bad snow, and again, like I said, it might be 4 or 5 years where all we get is a dusting, so they aren't really. It's not like getting a bunch of snow in New York and like a couple hours later they got it all cleared, right? Like we
Yeah,
get snow and it's like 5 days before they clear the roads all the way, right?
yeah. Are you like Are you like in the haulers, or are you more more kind of like I don't know, bigger city, outer edges of like, I don't know, Richmond,
Yeah, so
or
I'm like halfway between Richmond and DC, so right
okay,
up
that's a good spot.
95, right up
That's a good
95,
spot.
right? So
Yeah.
you probably know that well. So it's interesting where I'm at because it's kind of like populated and like I can go a couple miles to the right of my house and it's just like all this traffic and all kinds of businesses and all that stuff. Or I can go a couple miles to the left, to the west, and it's just like all farms and stuff. So I'm kind of like right in that
Yeah,
in
you got the best of
between.
both worlds.
Yeah, we're kind of in between everything. So Jay
Yeah.
said he thought about going back to trucking, but has an 8-year-old. Yeah, I don't think I could be away from him that long at a time. Yeah, that's tough when you got a kid like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I used to train new people, new drivers, and I don't know how people would do it when they have, like, these big families.
Hmm.
Like, yeah, I would definitely retire from trucking before I started a family. I could not do that. I wouldn't want to do that.
Yeah. Hey, I see Rick is here. Try to come
Hey,
over. William is here as well. Hello, William.
the duck man.
So Mike says that's a beautiful area, Brian. I assume he's talking about the area that I'm living in. Yeah, it's nice out here. The cool thing is that you have it's warm. It doesn't necessarily get really cold. Like I grew up in Ohio and Michigan, and it was always really cold in the wintertime, right? And it doesn't get that cold. We're not like below zero temperatures or anything like that. But we still have all four seasons, right? We have the fall, and we have all the leaves and everything, and then we'll have the winter, and sometimes we get snow, sometimes we don't. So you do get all four seasons here still, so that's nice.
Yeah. Texas is like almost all year round summer, and then like maybe a week of winter. And then it's back to like a small, like 1 month window where it's not too hot, not too cold, and then it's back to summer all all the rest of the year.
Yeah, yeah. And like, man, when I lived just across the state line into Michigan for a while. And when I lived there, it seemed like sometimes you only had like a month or so of really good warm summer. I'm telling you. So it's nice being in Virginia where it seems to be warmer for a longer period of time. The only bad thing is sometimes in even like in the spring, like April, May timeframe, you're like already getting into the 80s and 90s, and you're like, man, this is a little early for that bit of warm temperature. But yeah, it's a nice area, I think. So I really like living in Virginia. Like I said, you get like all the seasons and everything. So
Yeah, and I'm kind of glad that I'm wasting more time in Texas instead of being out in the winter right now.
yeah,
So I'm hoping by the time like I get into that stuff, it's kind of already passed a little bit. I'm hoping for a mild winter this year. I'm really hoping.
yeah. So here's a good question from Scott. What do you guys think about carnivore weight loss for truckers? We have a largely sedentary
Sedentary.
job, but I'm still losing weight eating carnivore, not quickly, but slow and consistent. Yeah, what do you think about that,
Yeah,
Sean?
that's what my pretty much based my channel about around. Um, let's see, like I have a bunch of shorts from like April. Yeah, because there was an April challenge. Um, I was doing all my exercises and stuff, and uh, but even when I wasn't working out doing carnivore as a truck driver, I was still losing weight. I mean, it was slow and steady, but um, I was still losing considerable amount of weight. So I mean, I think we have to focus on the long run instead of like wanting to like lose a bunch of weight as soon as we can, as fast as we can, type of thing. I mean, it took us a long time to get unhealthy, so we can't
Mm,
expect to get healthy quick. But it's like it's just one of those things where, uh, yeah, like I based my whole channel on trying to get truck drivers to do the carnivore diet, showing them that it can be done. I just got kind of burnt out on YouTube, like I had said, but I mean, yeah, I definitely advocate for it. It can be done. It's just takes some doing, But I think it's a really good idea for truck drivers to do it.
yeah. Scott's got another question. How do you find the scales for humans out there? My truck floor is rubbery and the scale doesn't work on it. Mm,
Um,
for weighing yourself. Okay.
well, put your scale. I'm assuming you have like your own personal scale. Put in your backpack. Take it into the shower. That's what I had to do. Cause I had that same problem.
Mm. And Scott says, as a carnivore trucker, I was really inspired by your channel and content. Please keep it up.
All right, I'll keep going. Uh, I'm really kind of hoping for to get sent to the Iowa 80 truck stop. It's the world's largest truck stop. I'm really hoping to get a chance to go by there again and like make a video on like if I can do carnivore at that truck stop. I think that would be a cool video.
Mm. Yeah, that would be. Jay makes a good point here too. Weight loss is 90% what you eat. Exercise is a small part of it.
Yeah.
So that's a good point for the truckers out there. And you might not be able to get as much exercise because you're on the road so much,
Hmm.
but if you can make sure that you're eating the right things, that's really the large majority of it. It's like
And
I used to hear from this one doctor before, you can't out exercise a bad diet. That's true, right?
yep, yep. Um, I completely forgot what I was gonna say. Oh yeah, I
Sorry.
was. It was a lot. It was a lot to exercise for an hour a day as a truck driver. Like that took a lot of effort.
Hmm. Yeah. Lauren says, do keep going. I hadn't seen as much content from you. Glad to see all as well. You're inspiring.
Oh hey, Lauren. Yeah. Um, well, if you had missed the beginning of the live stream, yeah, I just been kind of taking it easy on YouTube and like focusing on creative stuff and personal time, stuff like that. So I just kind of got like my personal life got pretty consumed over YouTube, and I just had to take a small step back. So, but yeah,
It seems like it's easy for that to happen too, right? Like you just
yeah,
start watching video after video, and the next thing you know, it's like that's all you're doing, right?
yeah, and especially as a truck driver, I only have the one day to myself.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
That definitely makes it rough. Oh, so Scott's talking about the X3 bar. Was it Carnivore Soldier, I think, uses that, if I'm not mistaken. Have you ever?
Is that the one that like you stand on and it's got like the two pulleys that you just like pull up? I'm not too sure
Yeah,
what
I'm
that
not I'm not
is.
really sure either. Um, maybe
Just bands
Scott,
in a
maybe you
bar.
can.
Okay, okay.
Oh yeah, okay, here we go. Yep. Takes up no space. It's like Jim was just being somewhere. Okay. Yeah. Jay says he's gonna go back and check out your channel. Good to hear. He says, yeah, you stand on it and put the bands on it. Okay.
Oh, okay, okay, yeah, yeah. Well, I mean, I have a gym bag with all the bands. A bar would be nice because it's got one of those anchors, um, and what you see on the back of the truck trailers, there's the little bars that go up and down on the back.
Hmm.
You can put an anchor in between them, and use that as your run your your bands through there and pull against it and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah, that would make sense.
Yeah,
Yep. I know too, like doing things like push-ups and other type of body weight type of exercises are probably things that you can do when you're out on the road too. Like you're taking a break or something. Um, so those are good things you could do to kind of get yourself a little bit of exercise, so you're not too sedent. Why am I having so much trouble saying that word?
sedentary.
Sedentary. Thank you. I don't know why I'm having so much trouble saying that word, but yeah, yeah. Johnny, if you ever watched any of his videos, man, he's been doing great with push-ups, like crazy push-ups. He's
That's that's crazy.
Yeah, every time he stops on the truck, yeah. I've seen him do some videos. He's like, okay, they're unloading the truck right now, and I'm out here doing push-ups, and he's doing push-ups. So he's been doing a great job.
I'm gonna have to subscribe to him, but like
Yeah,
I have shoulder problems. I can't do that many push-ups. At least not yet. I need to work my way up to it.
yeah.
Like
The good thing about push-ups, and I've talked about this before, is you can start wherever you need to for yourself, right? And you just kind of work yourself to get better at it. So if you have to start like with wall push-ups or like knee push-ups or something, then do that, and then slowly strengthen yourself to get to a regular push-up or whatever. So yeah.
yeah, yeah. So and just the motivation and just get out there and do it and quit being lazy.
Yep. Rick says he doesn't exercise, he just eats, and he's been doing this for a long time. Even in his name there, the 40-year carnivore. There you go.
Yep.
So that's proof. Carnivore can definitely work long term. He's one of a few people that you hear about that have been doing a carnivore based diet for a long, long time.
Yep.
All right. So
Oh
let's
yeah.
see.
And Rick, we still need to do. We still need to make a video for April. I still want to do that, Rick. So I'll hit you up later. And Carnivore Backwoods is here.
Oh yeah, there we go. Butter trucker. It's funny. There's like so many people in this community that's named John. Sometimes I'll be like, so Carnivore Backwards is named John. Champion Within is John, right? I'll say John, and I'm like, wait, which one am I talking about now? Oh, Rick says, yeah. Let me know when.
Yeah.
So,
I think it will record it in March.
yeah. All right. Rick pushes trucks and vans. When it breaks down, he's yeah, right. So all right, we're coming up on an hour. So I want to kind of respect everybody's time. So Sean, what do you want to tell the audience right now? And we'll wait and see if there's any more questions that come in as well here in the next few minutes. But in that meantime, what would you like to talk to the audience about?
Um, Put me on the spot.
Oh, sorry.
Um, I don't know. It's just like I said, just getting back on the wagon. That first day, I would say that it's the first day that like it's the biggest step, but for me, it's been like the first week is it's been hard, but also like especially since Carnivore Backwoods is here. Uh, Especially when I talk to him real quick. Like, sorry for canceling on you. It's just like, you know, I don't want to be up on here and, not following the diet and be, you know, be up here preaching about it when I'm not following it, type of thing. So it's like, um, yeah, it's just I'm not gonna do that. But you know, it's been nice to hang out with you, Brian, and be honest with you and talk about it. Um, and I don't want to make a video like seems like everybody else is doing videos of like, hey, I fell off the diet, blah blah blah, boo hoo. Not to underplay their struggles, but you get what I'm trying to say. It's just like, yeah. So, but
Yeah.
I'm getting back on it, and struggle's real, but we gotta do what we gotta do.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's good to show that, it's real, right? It's real life here. It's not all like on some of the channels, all you hear about is how great it is. And, um, life is always got obstacles that you got to go through, right?
Hmm.
And I think it's important to show that um, you have to work at everything you do, and there's going to be times that things are going to be tough and you're going to slip, and you got to work to get back on the wagon and doing things the right way and so forth. So I think I think it's good to have you come on here and talk a little bit about the struggles, because I'm sure there's other people out there that are having those same struggles, and it's going to help them to relate to what you're seeing as well. And yeah, I think it's just going to help not just yourself, but other people. So I think that's good.
Yeah, yeah. So, but anyway, yeah, I don't really like. I don't think I have any plans. I think next month, me, Mike Shaw, and Matt Bold Carnivore, we're gonna do another conspiracy theory stream next month sometime. We haven't hammered out those details, but it's about the only YouTube plans I have.
Yeah.
um, yeah, just trying to stay busy, trying to get back on track, trying to make some money. You know what I mean? It's just back to life.
Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
And but yeah, if anybody like wants to reach out and I don't know, do an interview, hang out with me, um, just reach out to me. I'll probably hang out with you. You know, I'll just like I said, I'm just putting myself before my YouTube stuff.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I don't see any other questions. So I think we're going to go ahead and end this one. Thanks everybody for watching. Sean, thanks for coming on today on the channel and doing this interview. And thank you, everybody.
Thank you.